speech coach and best-selling author, Les Brown. For those of you that have joined us before, know that this is your place for motivation, inspiration, and empowerment. I am Anita Hicks, your host, motivational speaker, life coach, and business trainer. And I want to thank each and every one of you for investing in yourself and joining us on the call tonight. After the call, you will have an opportunity to hear ways that you can stay connected to Les Brown and his Les Brown Platinum family. But for now, the man of the hour is on board. Mr. Brown, how are you?
I'm great, and so are you. Doing better than good, better than most, and sometimes even better than bad.
In the sunshine, I can hear it in your voice today. Well, let's
yes, I'm in San Diego.
Wow, are you doing training
San
there?
Diego, and it's so beautiful. Yes, I'm speaking for Coldwell Banker, a real estate company, and so to a group of brokers and realtors, and so it's going to be exciting speaking with them tomorrow. So it's just a gloriously beautiful day today. Saw some of the seals and birds and pelicans when we were driving down here, so I'm excited to get started.
Well, welcome. Well, I'm going to mute my phone and take it from here.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for being on the call. I want to thank my daughter, Ona. She did a good job last week. She's trying to close in on her father. Come on, girl. I'm not scared of you. Bring it on. Had a great time in Las Vegas. I spoke for the Malibu Mastermind with Steven Supini and Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. And it was a great experience. And we were teaching entrepreneurs and speakers and coaches of how to use their stories strategically to build a national platform, international platform, and to earn seven figures. And we're going to be doing a few of those events, but we're going to be doing them with a very select number of people. And one of the things that I want you to do right now, I want you to think about your goals and dreams. And as you think about your goals and dreams, I want you to raise the bar on yourself. I always say that. Why? Because we can do more. But unfortunately, because of mental conditioning, because of our circumstances, because of our relationships, in most cases, they rub off on us, and most people go through life doing just enough to get by, being average. And average is over. The time where you can just be average, the time where you can just do just enough to get by, that day is gone. There's so many variables that can affect your life. Even if you're the number one salesperson on your job, that company can have a merger or decide to restructure, and you'll be out of your job. Or an accident or a sickness of a loved one can change your life overnight. So this is a time that things are changing rapidly. It's the best of times, and it's the worst of times. So this is the time where you want to begin to align yourself with an elite group of people that I call hungry. If you want to make it today, you've got to be hungry. And most people are not hungry. Now, what do you mean by that? People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do. People that are hungry manage their time. People that are hungry, they align themselves with people that they can learn from, that they can grow from, people that will stretch them mentally and intellectually, and people who have resources and contacts and relationships that can help them accelerate their progress in the direction of their dreams. People that are hungry are working to develop their talents and their abilities, and they stay away from people who are entertainment-driven, and they surround themselves with people that are achievement-driven. People that are hungry know that whatever they have done up to this point, and they have things, but they know that whatever they have done, it's only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible for them. People that are hungry are looking for ways to live full and to die empty. My daughter, Ona Brown, you can go online and check her out, Ona Brown, O-N-A, OnaBrown.com. She went to an event where Port Laureate, Maya Angelou spoke. And Maya, who now she's around 86 years of age, and they brought her in and they wheeled her on stage in a wheelchair. And Ona said during the presentation, it was standing room only, at a moment in her presentation, photographers are taking pictures, and she paused and said, "Excuse me, don't take any more pictures. I'm a teacher. I'm teaching now." And naturally, they respected her wishes. And she went on to give a very powerful and eloquent speech that empowered people, and people were in awe. And then they pushed her off the stage in her wheelchair, and she began to get her oxygen before going out to meet people. I spent a full day with her at her home, and it's one of the most incredible life-transforming moments in my life. But what Ona was saying to me, Dad, here she was at 86, that she could call or had someone call from her office and say, "I decline to do that speaking engagement. At this age of my life, I'm retiring. I'm not going out speaking anymore. I don't have anything else to share." At 86, and with an oxygen device, she spoke. She's still doing her work. She's still using her words to make a difference. She's still using her knowledge and her experience to make a mark. And I say to you, as you look at yourself, and look at your goals, forget about your years, and your years will forget about you. Push yourself. You're going to have some tough times. Things are going to happen. Some things will happen financially. Things will happen to loved ones. Some things will happen to you physically. I know about that. I just overcame a 19-year battle and defeated cancer. And so it was not easy. It was a journey the whole time. And so as you look at your goals and look at your dreams, one of the things I clearly know, and I believe this, you can write this down, that life is a fight for territory. And once you start fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. Life is a fight for territory. And once you start fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. Most people go through life surrendering, having power on themselves. When things get difficult, when things become challenging, hey, that's a part of the territory. When you have big dreams, when you have things that you want to do, things that you want to accomplish, be it a relationship, be it losing weight, improving your health, be it restructuring your business, or deciding to leave a job where you've gone as far as you can and to strike out on your own, or to do something that represents who you are, that is the purpose and the meaning of your life and gives your life a sense of fulfillment, whatever that is, it's going to be challenging. That's why 80% of Americans go to jobs every day that they hate. There's another percentage, that's a 14%, that's hungry. And says, no, I'm not settling. I'm not going out like this. I want more. I remember when I was sleeping on the floor of the Penobscot building, and one day the security guard, he saw me coming in. He said, "I know you're sleeping in your office." He said, "I want to ask you a question." I said, "What is it?" He said, "I know you do motivational speaking." He said, "Do you really think that you're going to make it big one day?" I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because this is what I think about, dream about. I do work on it every day. I read about different speakers. I watch them. I listen to them. I study them. I go to seminars and workshops. When I'm speaking, it gives me life. When I'm speaking, I love to see the response to people. When I go to an event, I love to hear them say, 'He's here.' When I'm on stage and people are listening to me and taking notes, I said it gives me goosebumps. This is what I love to do. I was born to do this. I have to speak." And he said, "Man," he said, "I used to dream like that, but reality set in." As a security person, I had some major setbacks. My mother got sick, and she died, and my father, he left when I was around 6 years old, and I had to raise my brothers and sisters. And I said, I'm sorry to hear that your mother passed. My mother passed of breast cancer, and I'm sorry for the challenges that you face. I said, but let me ask you something. Is that dream still in your heart? He says, yes. And every day you pass here, I think about it. And that's why I have not reported you to the management. He said, I know you're sleeping in your office, and you're not supposed to do that. He said, but I've started thinking about my dream, and you have not given up on your dream, man. Man, you really want that. I said, yes, I do. He said, be careful. The other guys who work this duty, they're not going to be as lenient as I am. But understand, man, about being hungry for something. You know, I tell you, when you're hungry for something, sometimes life will give you a pass. When you're hungry for something, sometimes life will introduce angels that will intervene for you, that will cover for you. When you're hungry for something, doors will be open that you things, that the universe will yield and say, give her what she wants, give him what he wants. When you're hungry for something, the odds don't matter. I'm saying to you, whatever you're hungry for, don't let life or anybody or circumstances steal your dream. No. No. Life is too short and unpredictable, settling and giving in and surrendering. No. It might seem to be unreasonable. It might seem to be not realistic. People that tell you you're not practical, there'll be moments you'll doubt yourself. I did. It might not make sense for you. I understand. You might not have enough money or all the things you need going for you in order to get in the game. I understand. I say to you, don't judge according to appearances. Lean not unto thine own understanding. If you got the heart for the fight. See, let me tell you, if I had to bet on somebody in life, that you can win one or two ways, and you see it in sporting events. You can win through skill, or you can win through will. I didn't have the college education. I still don't. I didn't have the corporate training. I still don't. I had will. Jesus said, whosoever will, let him come. And I'm saying to you that if you have the hunger, if you have God's passion and drive for you, that something is going to happen, something will break if you continue to show up and keep coming back again and again and again and again and again. Here's the other thing. As you look at your goals, as you look at your dreams, you have better tools today. As you look at yourself, you have to increase your knowledge, because he or she who learns the most earns the most. And you have more choices now than ever before. And that gives you a greater power to have more choices in your life. As you look at your life, I want you to look at it from your dream. Look at it from the dream. See yourself already there. See yourself experiencing it and doing it. I used to practice in my office. Before I even had furniture, I had one desk and a telephone on the 21st floor of the Penobscot building when the other offices were closed. I was giving my speeches, walking back and forth, visualizing myself, speaking to thousands of people, way before I was invited, way before I was introduced to audiences around the country and around the world. And who would have known that just a few months later, in around 7 months, someone put a cassette tape in the hand of a guy named Dexter Yeager, where 50% of the volume through Amway goes through his organization. And he invited me to speak to a group of his people, and it was in Atlanta. Who would have known when I went there and showed up, and they picked me up in a limousine, that it would be in a stadium of over 80,000 people. In fact, I want all of you to go to lesbrownmotivation.com. lesbrownmotivation.com. And I want you to pass the word. Every week, I'm giving away my first video that I did on public television called You Deserve. And then the one I did where I spoke before 12,000 people in Chicago, and the one where I spoke to over 80,000 people in the Georgia Dome, and the 7 principles of how to tell your story. I want you to go to lesbrownmotivation.com and download it free and give it out to others. Why are you doing that? Because it's good to me. He's been good to me. I am cancer-free. I have more energy. You can hit I'll kill a mosquito with an axe. I tell you some of it here. I am so grateful. I mean, when you think about it, here I am at 69. Who's looking to hire a 69-year-old man? At 69, and I'm stronger. At 69, I'm going to China this year. I'm going to India. I'm going to Sweden in 2 weeks. I don't just bring you this message of telling you that you have greatness within you. I'm living this message. I'm living it. And I'm telling you from a place of knowing. And I doubted myself so many years. For 14 years. That's, I heard somebody say the other day, if they had to live their life over again, they would not change a thing. I can't say that. I cannot say that. If I had my life to live over again, I would not have procrastinated. I would have not doubted myself. For 14 years, I would have not ruled this life out for me. And you know why I did it? Because of an assumption. An assumption. I assumed because I didn't have a college education. I assumed because I don't have a PhD and an MBA. I assumed because I didn't have the money for 4-color brochures. I assumed because I had no experience. I assumed because I had no background in the industry. I assumed because people who had more education and more money and more resources than me and had been in the industry longer than me, I assumed that I couldn't get in. I assumed that I wasn't good enough. I kept myself out of life, out of living my purpose. I kept myself out based upon an assumption that no one gave me. I gave myself. What are you assuming about yourself when you're looking at your dream? What assumption are you allowing to hold you hostage? You were chosen for something special. You were chosen by God for 100 million sperm. There is something in you. That's why you're listening to me right now. There's something in you that does not want to settle. There's something in you that wants to express. Something in you that says, I know I can do more. This is not it for me. I'm not going to let this get the best of me. And that's what I had to do. Talk to myself. And to walk away from the assumption that I didn't have what it took. An assumption. I could have flipped at it. Assumed that I could do it. So as you think about your goals, learn to tell your story, and the principles that I'm going to send you will give you guidelines on how to do that. Why? Because whatever business that you are in, you are the voice of the business. When Chrysler was in trouble years ago, they called Lee Iacocca to tell the story. Colonel Sanders, when he was alive, he sold his chicken. He sold it himself. You are the voice of your business. You are the voice of your dream. And you have a voice. Here's something else. As you look at yourself, as you look at your goals, write tonight, take the time, make a list of the people that you communicate with most. And write them down and look at them. And ask yourself this question. Who should I count on? Call the name out loud. And listen to your body. If your energy level goes up, then you put a check by the name. If your energy level is neutral or goes down, draw a line through it. Why? Because you can't, and I found this out on my own personal experience, you cannot live your dream. You cannot soar to new heights if you're weighed down by toxic, negative, do-nothing people. You can't be around people who aren't doing anything. Bet you can't hold a conversation about anything other than the last episode about scandal or whether or not the Chicago Bulls will make it or if LeBron James and the Heat will make the playoffs. You can't do that. When you got a goal and a dream, you've got to be singularly focused. When you're hungry, it becomes your magnificent obsession. When you want to throw in the towel on yourself, I had to think about my mother when I wanted to give up. And I thought about my mother when I used to sit by her bedside and when I would rub her ankles that were swollen with arthritis. And I thought about when she was raising us and we knew when it was going to rain. She said, "Oh, Arthur's bothering me." "Mama, who's Arthur?" "My arthritis." But yet and still, she got up and she fixed breakfast for us. She had a cup of coffee. She smoked her little Lucky Strike. She had one. And I'm not talking about a filter. Baby Brown smoked a Lucky Strike every day. She loved her Canadian thick bacon, the 2 eggs, a Lucky Strike. She would smoke that, and she had a cup of coffee. My mother was something else. That was her ritual every morning. And she would get dressed to go to work on Miami Beach to clean homes and to keep children and cook for families in spite of her swollen ankles, in spite of her swollen knees. She made it happen. And when you are hungry for a dream, you'll make it happen. You'll figure it out. See, most people are living their fears because they're wimps. That's what I was for 14 years. I was a wimp. I didn't have the stomach for what it took to pursue my dream. I use excuses, of course, to give myself a pass. I don't have a college education. I never worked for a major corporation. I don't have any contacts. I don't have the 4-color brochures. Who's going to hire me to come in and motivate them to do something I've never done? I had all kind of excuses. See, in life, you can either have excuses or you can have results. And finally, I came to a place within myself. I was and I saw someone, and I said with tears in my eyes, if they can do it, I can do it. This is my key to take care of my mother. This is my key to take care of my children. This is my key to create a new life for myself. And I threw gasoline on the bridge. You got to burn the bridge. See, I just came to a place in myself and said, I can't go back home. I can't go back home. Leslie, come on back home, baby. I can't, Mama. I can't. I can't come back home and live with you. I can't. When I come back home, I'll be able to take care of you, but I can't come back home and live with you. I've got to figure this thing called life out. And nobody said it would be easy. Nobody. What is your dream? What do you want? I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know what you are going through or growing through. But here's what I know, based upon my own experience. Greater is he that is in you than he that's in the world. What's in the world? Rejection. What's in the world? Adversity. What's in the world? Opposition. What's in the world? Tough times. That's what's in the world. Yeah. And you've got some stuff in you. You've got greatness in you. You are greater than any situation in your life. You are greater than any setback in your life. You are greater than your circumstances. You are greater than the toxic relationship that you have allowed yourself to be abused in. You are greater than the job that you allowed yourself to be stifled in. Yeah. You have a greater future that's calling your name. What's your dream? Cherry came to the training. Cherry has a son, Gabriel, who has autism. And she came to the school after the school called her and said, come get your son. He's spitting and fighting kids. And when she came to the school, the teacher had her back to the door, and she didn't see Terry at the door. And the teacher pointed at Gabriel, Terry's son, and said, They don't pay me enough to teach this how to read. And Terry, at that moment, had a choice. And I'm sure you've been in situations where you had a choice to get angry or to take responsibility. She could have gotten angry, cussed the teacher out, gone to the principal's office or the school board to demand that the teacher be fired for what she said to her son and about her son before all the students. But rather than do that, Terry took responsibility. She walked over to Gabriel and grabbed him by his hand. See, Terry, if you see Terry, she has a dress on and she's going to stand out. You would know her if she came in a room because she has on her dress the word believe. That's her dream. She's doing word of mouth marketing. Believe. See, the school system didn't believe that Gabriel would ever be able to talk. The school system didn't believe that Gabriel would ever be able to read. The school system didn't believe that Gabriel could live a normal life, but Terry believed. This mother believed, and she took him home, and she started reading books, and she started working with him. She got the voices of friends like me and said, I want you to put something on a recording for Gabriel. Hello, Gabriel, this is lesbrown. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You are brilliant. You're going to make a difference in life. You're going to make your mother proud. You're going to make the world proud. Every night before Gabriel goes to sleep, his mother, Terry, plays recordings of friends for him to listen to before he goes to sleep, for his subconscious mind to be programmed. And one day after 4 hours of working with Gabriel, who never spoke a word up to this point, she got up exhausted. Exhausted, ready to go into the room to lay across the bed, and as she was walking away, she heard the voice. She heard these words, Mama. See, sometimes a dream will call your name. Mama. She turned around. She was shocked because that was not the word that she was working with him. She was working on cat and that and night and morning and thank you. She never told him to say, Mama. See, when you have a goal and have a dream and you give it everything you can, it's like it's in alignment with the scripture that's prove me now herewith, and I'll pour you out a blessing you have not room enough to receive. Mama. And that was the beginning of her dream. She believed that Gabriel will talk. I talked to Gabriel this weekend. I took pictures with Gabriel this weekend. Gabriel talks. Gabriel writes. Gabriel reads because she believes. She quit her job and she sells T-shirts and dresses with believe on there because it's the place from which she's living. Do you believe in your dream enough and willing to work with it enough until it would call you mama or daddy? Come on now. Oh, come on now. Come on. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Mama. Woo! Come on, Nita.
Powerful, powerful. Les Brown, that's a powerful dream there. I tell you, that's powerful. That is so powerful. The unexpected. Wow.
Anita, I see
your
powerful. I'm over here.
Was,
Mama.
I'm just still holding it. But go ahead on, Stacy. Go ahead.
Ooh, I'm over here saying, Mama. Ooh, I'm going to be quiet till I do the announcement, but Les Brown, ooh, wait, you tore it up tonight. I tell you, Mama, you got me over here jumping. I'm ready to fly.
Les, that came from such a deep place. It shocked you. It was so powerful. That was a powerful. I know it was powerful when it happened. Her son said that, but the manifestation of the words that you just spoke to us, we just felt it. It was so powerful. It was really powerful.
Thank you. And spending time with Gabriel this weekend in Las Vegas and Terry and seeing him and knowing that had his mother believed what the school system said, had his mother bought into what the teachers said, they don't pay me enough to teach this, how to read. She had a choice to be angry or to take responsibility. And I know, when you believe in your dream, you take responsibility to put in the work, to do whatever is required to work with that dream until it calls you by your name, Mama. Come on. Call me daddy, baby. Who's your daddy? Talk to me. Sometimes you got to speak that dream and say, what's my name? Spell it backwards.
That is so powerful. Just her faith to believe. She is the walking word. And
yes, she is.
The walking word, to walk around, to believe, no matter what, like you said in your post this week, no matter what, she believed.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that manifestation came, it just blew her away. I'm telling you, you just blew us away tonight, Mr. Brown. I tell you.
And she never leaves the house with anything on. Every garment she has believe written on it, and she has T-shirts. It's a conversational starter. She's never worked a full-time job since then. She does word-of-mouth marketing, and I'm asking those of you that are listening, help me with this mother who believes, who sells these T-shirts so she can spend the time necessary not only to work with her son Gabriel who has autism, but other parents who have children with autism so she can teach them the things that she learned in working with her son to learn how to read, to learn how to speak, and to learn how to be integrated into the school system. There's things she's learned, just like the innovative thing. Before I left there, she said, Les, I want you to say something else to Gabriel. And she pulled out her recorder. And I said, hello, Gabriel, this is Les Brown. She carries a recorder around, and anyone she meets, she records a statement from them to Gabriel, and when he gets ready for bedtime, she plays it. He listens to these words from strangers until he goes to sleep. The program is Mind for Greatness.
Faith comes by. hearing. So she knows that when this young man hears this, not only does she believe it, the world believes it. So they're speaking life into him. So that is really powerful. She's actually doing the work. She's doing the work. She's not about it. She's not talking about it. She's being about it. So you said tonight, whatever you are hungry for, don't let life or your circumstances steal your dream. And she is definitely not letting life or circumstances steal her dream nor her seed.
That is just amazing. Yes. One of my nephews has autism, and hearing that story, that's why that mama it shook me to the core, because I know watching and seeing what that is so powerful. Unless I definitely want to contact her personally, get a shirt, and share that with my family, because that is amazing what she's doing. She's walking, as Anita said, by faith, and you delivered that message to inspire us all. There are no excuses. Now is the time.
So, does she have a website, this young lady? How do we
contact her? I'm going to give you her number, and I'm sure she would not mind. She does volunteer work. She's with some women right now in a homeless shelter. She does motivational speaking for them. She's been to many of the seminars that I've had in L.A. I'm going to give her number out, and I'm sure she'll be okay, because she needs to sell more T-shirts. But even while she's taking care of her son, she's making time in her schedule to speak to women who've been in abusive relationships and are homeless with kids, and she goes to motivate and encourage them. And they listen to the call every Monday night in Las Vegas. Her number is 702 243-8808.
And what is her name?
Her name is Terry, and his name is Gabriel. Terry. 702-243-8808, 8808, and she'll give you the website, and you can then give it to everybody so people can order T-shirts. She's a wonderful mother, wonderful person. I've been working with her to tell her story about the power in believing.
Powerful, powerful, powerful message. And thank you so much for being on the call tonight.
Indeed,
thank you. It's a pleasure.
It was a phenomenal
I had to bring it after Ona was on last week. I had to bring it, honey.
Ona has been burning it up. Yes, she has.
Ona was not playing, Les. Ona was not playing. I told her, we even had callers say that, we love Les Brown, but Ona.
Well, I got some other platinum sneakers that can warm this thing up too, like y'all.
Yes,
so don't worry. We're gonna break some others up in here. Okay, thank y'all so much. Good night.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
Les. Good night. All right.
You too.
So as I always like to remind you to never, ever give up on your dreams, because the world awaits your light, your authentic gift. God bless you all, and God bless your dreams. This is Anita Hicks